So Maggie's very busy. She's a Bethel college student.
Miss Amazing, Minnesota Miss Amazing.
She is a volunteer at St. Luke's Lutheran Church.
Feed my starving children.
She works for the Minnesota Twins. She is a volunteer for Ark Value Village. She does modeling for Ark Value Village.
Yeah, I'm also on the board of the directors
For the Minnesota Down Syndrome Association, and she's on the Self-Advocacy Committee for Ark Greater Twin Cities.
and the Jewish Community Center.
One more thing or two, she interns with Special Olympics Minnesota. It goes on. I can't even keep track of everything.
That's it.
When Maggie was born, I was a nurse specializing in the care of newborns in the intensive care unit. So I had worked with lots and lots of families who had babies with Down syndrome. When she was born, I'm the one in the delivery room who made the diagnosis, and I was, I just looked at her and I'm like, oh, she has Down syndrome. And like any family, the next few months were many, many, many ups and downs. But she began to show right away that she was going to be a very social baby. For the most part, she was very happy. We had just tremendous caregivers really from day one. That person who came in and talked to her and loved her and supported me while I went back to work.
I met Maggie by answering a newspaper ad that her mom was looking for some light housekeeping. And I met Maggie on that first day, and I think I did the housekeeping once, and I became her PCA immediately after because Maggie and I just clicked right away. And I've been her PCA for 14 years.
One of the things that was vital to us as a family was having a vision, and having a vision of what life for her was going to be like, helping her to work toward that vision. And we had an opportunity to meet people, young people with Down syndrome and other disabilities, when she was just a little girl. They were doing things. They were making things happen. So we worked toward increased social skills, lots and lots and lots of speech therapy. As Maggie grew and as our life kind of settled down over the years, one of the things that's very important to us as a family is giving back to the community, and that has been an effort to help Maggie build capacity for service and service learning, where she has some links and where she is able to take a message to families like ours and say, this is what we learn, this is what we do, or just by being an example. She currently is speaking to family support groups throughout the Down syndrome community around the Bethel University College program.
The BUILD program stands for Bethel University Inclusive Learning and Development.
A wonderful program where she was a part of the inaugural class.
I'm studying in business and data entry in computers.
And it's an amazing opportunity for these kids to shine, but also to set the example for parents that, my gosh, my 2-year-old, I'm not going to worry about whether they have the ability to accomplish these things. They simply will accomplish these things, and we have to work toward that.
The BUILD program helps me prepare for work because it helps me to move on with my life and to have a good, happy ending.
We're working toward jobs and college and marriage, and I tell families, save your money, because you don't know that these kids are going to go to college. They're going to get married, and we hadn't really thought about that very much 10, 12, 15 years ago. She gives back in many, many ways, and she loves it.
Her confidence has just really increased, and I'm just really impressed with how far she's come in 2 years.
Maggie has a wonderful, wonderful sense of humor. She uses it in many situations where she might be looking for a little reaction from somebody. She can use humor.
One of my fondest memories of Maggie is I maybe been working with her for about 6 months, and we were driving somewhere, and I got pulled over and for expired tabs, and I was really worried, and the police officer had his little notepad out, and I thought I was going to get a ticket. And Maggie said to him, I think you're really handsome. And he kind of laughed, and he put the pad away, and I got just a warning to get new tabs, and I didn't ever end up getting a ticket, and I think I owe that to Maggie.
Humor and happiness, and they kind of go hand in hand, and she's just filled with those things.
Yeah.
I was one of many who nominated Maggie for this award this year because I just looked back at her life, and I looked back at the many things that she'd accomplished and how hard she individually had worked and committed herself to things along the way. And then, despite the usual stumbles and the setbacks and the the tough times, she celebrated the good times and the achievements, and her willingness and her interest and her energy to be working and focusing on the future and really not content with the status quo, but saying, I want to live by myself. I want to work a real job. I don't want to just show up and not do something. I want to be known as an individual, and she can celebrate with her friends that they are in an era of accomplishment and dreams come true.
I am proud of being myself.
And at the risk of embarrassing her completely, I'm not sure she brought her resume with her tonight. She might have, because she's very outgoing, but she is quite skilled in data entry and social situations, and she's a wonderful, timely employee. Future employers, you would get quite a catch if you're looking for her.
Congratulations, Megs, on your Personal Achievement Award. I'm so excited for you, and I couldn't be more proud.
Maggie Erickson, congratulations, honey. I am so proud.
I do congratulate myself, though. Yeah.